Well, you can probably see it on the table here, but today we're talking about headlamps, and specifically the Nitecore HA23UE headlamp. Now, Nitecore makes a large assortment of various headlamps, and a lot of them actually look pretty cool. This is the very first Nitecore product I think I've ever had my hands on. So when I got the opportunity to test it out, I took it, absolutely. Now I've actually had this for a few months now, and so I've been using it around the home, outside, on walks. It is a pretty cool headlamp. It's got a lot of really cool features to it, and there's a really nice upgrade available to it as well for power. So without further ado, let's bring it in and talk about this guy, the Nitecore HA23UE headlamp. Okay, so first off, here's the box. This is how it actually comes out. It does have, I guess I did put that plastic right there from the, it comes with some protective stuff on there, so I just kind of threw it on the box like I normally do, but there's what the box looks like. Nothing fancy. You just slide this guy off, open it up, everything's inside. Nothing to talk about there. We're not going to do an unboxing on this guy because obviously I've been using it. So it does come with a nice little storage bag for it. Technically, you could also, because it is this white color, you could probably use this as kind of a lantern as well. If I turn it on here and kind of get a nice glow around it. But that said, that's up to you and how you use it, but it is a nice little storage bag, has the Nitecore label on there. Do have the instruction booklet as well as some information stuff here, QR codes on the card, warranty stuff. And then of course you have the headlamp and this little clip. Now this little clip is pretty cool. It's a nice little pro piece here that allows you to attach this to a hat, a belt, a backpack strap, whatever have you. Essentially, rather than using the head strap, if you don't want to use the head strap quickly and easily pops off. So if I actually open this up, I'll show you real quick. Pop that out, and of course if I do both sides, I'm not going to do that right now. This guy then pops into place right there, and now you can pop that on on whatever, and of course this goes in either direction. So if you want to put it on a cap or something, turn it around, and now you can put it on the brim of a baseball cap, right? And still be able to shine this wherever you need to go. That's a pretty awesome little accessory that comes with it. It's very inexpensive, and it just pops into the square hole here. And to get it out, you just come in here and you kind of push on one side, and it pops out. So real quick and easy. And then of course, the slot, how I got the strap out, you do the exact opposite, putting the head strap back in, and now you're back to exactly what you were before, a standard headlamp. Now, this has 4 light settings, and I guess, so they do an ultra low, a low, medium, and a high. They also have 3 different color temperatures. So there are, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And then there is the red light. There are 2 brightness settings for the red light. Lastly, there is an SOS mode. Hey, it's not a headlamp, and it's not a fancy headlamp if you don't have an SOS mode. So I am going to go into that. I'm also going to feature or go through the booklet to tell you how long the battery would last based on the light settings. This is a 3 AAA, so if I just lift up right here and pop open the back, you can see the AAAs, they did come with it. And of course, you can add your own batteries. They do make a lithium-ion pack that pops in here as well. And that lithium-ion pack not only has a USB-C charge port on it, it also makes the light last longer. So it's a great little thing to have. But the best part is if you're on the trail, you're out on the go, you're not near anything where you can charge, and you run out of battery, you can throw 3 AAAs in here no matter what. So that's pretty awesome. I like headlamps that have the capability of doing either or. But of course, I do prefer having the rechargeable battery pack. So right now I don't have that because obviously I'm just doing a review on it, but that is available, just so you're aware. I will put links in the description not only to this headlamp, but also to the lithium-ion pack that you can purchase for this separately, so just so you know. All right, so moving into light modes, and I'm hopefully not gonna blind you, but we are gonna go talk about the buttons on the top. There is a mode button over here, and then there's a power button, and the power button is the larger of the 2 buttons, so you can see that there. Now, if we push and hold the power button, it's going to turn it on in light form. So push and hold, it'll start in a low, then we have medium, then we have high. And so you can see we do have 3 different light settings. It's always hard to see exactly. And I can turn off the light as well here in a minute, but low, medium, high, right? And if I push and hold again, it'll turn off. Now, if I'm in the mode setting, so here we go, we're just on low. Now, if I hit the mode button, I can change the color temperature. That's a warm light. That's a white light or a very white light. And that's kind of a daylight in between. And so you can change the color temperature of the light. And of course, if I go to a different color temperature, so like this very yellow one, it's also gonna have the 3 settings for brightness. Now, also, if I turn it off in an off state and I double tap the power button, it does this ultra low setting. So it's just barely on. This is obviously how you're going to maximize the battery output. Of course, if the battery's dying, you throw it in ultra low, it'll drain that battery a lot slower, it'll last a lot longer, and at least give you some light to get you to the point where, well, you can get new batteries or charge the battery pack up if you have the recharging light. But as soon as you turn it off, if I push and hold this again, it's going to start in low, medium, high, right? So to get to that ultra low, you just double tap. And then I can push and hold and it'll turn it off. Now the mode button, if I push and hold that, it's going to go into the red light mode. So I'm going to push and hold that. And now I hit the power button and I can go cycle between the 2 brightness settings on red light. Same thing is if I turn it off and I turn it back on, it's going to be based on this mode setting that I'm turning on how I click this back on. Now, if I double click the mode button, this is the last button, this is going to get us into some flashing modes, starting with double click, and now we're in SOS mode. So it's going to go SOS and go forth and just keep repeating SOS with the light. Now, if I click the power button once, it'll change that mode from an SOS to a flashing or a slow flashing mode, I guess. It's kind of interesting, it's just kind of flashes. Now, if I click the power button again, just click it, now we're going to go into this beacon mode that is just a red flashing beacon. If I click the power button again, it'll go back to SOS. Now, and if I push and hold, off she goes. Okay, now let's talk about some of the stuff that's in the manual, and that's going to be how long does this light actually last? And of course, I haven't done full testing on this, but batteries have lasted quite a bit for me, but I don't use it hours on end, I'll be honest. So if we're in low, when this is going to be with the alkaline batteries, just a standard 3 AAAs. Ultra low will actually get you 97 hours use. That's only 6 lumens though, so a whole lot of nothing, but it does get you 97 hours. Low is 100 lumens at 8 hours. Mid, so that medium setting, 280 lumens at 2.5 hours, and then high is 600 lumen output at 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's pretty awesome for as bright as that sucker actually is. Now in the red setting, low will get you 31 hours, high will get you 13 hours. So yeah, obviously flashing, in all reality, they don't put a time for the flashing, but those flashing settings should last way longer than you're gonna get on pretty much all the other settings. Now, if you changed this out and got the lithium cell instead of the AAAs, the ultra low setting that was 97 now jumps to 125, the low setting from 8 hours to 12 hours, the mid setting from 2.5 hours to 4.5 hours, and then the high from 1.5 hours to 3 hours on that lithium cell. Also the red light low from 31 hours to 41 hours and high from 13 to 16 hours. So that lithium battery gives you quite a bit more juice. So now let's show you what this actually looks like in practice. I'm gonna turn the lights off here in a second, and we're gonna actually show exactly what this looks like and how bright this is. We're gonna start in low, medium, and high just to show those natural ones. Then we'll do the ultra low to show the difference between an ultra low and that low or mid or high. And then I'll also do the red lights as well. So let me get the lights moved around here. Okay, so I've got the headlamp in low, just the standard low. I'm gonna actually aim it at me so you can actually see me, and I'm gonna turn my lights off. So this is low mode. And you can see obviously I'm making shadows and everything, and of course it's gonna be hard for me to look at you because, well, I'm looking at a light. If I go to mid, now I'm getting a better spot, and you can kind of see the spotlight behind me. It's about 5 feet from that wall is how far I'm holding it out. Now this is bright, the brightest setting, and that's 600 lumens, and that is bright. And of course it's a very spot focused light. I'm gonna go back to low so you can see it's a lot for this kind of setting. Of course, like I said, I can change the color temperature, right? Now I'm going to actually turn this off for a second and put it in the ultra low mode. So this is ultra low mode. So obviously in the dark, it's not terrible. You can actually see a decent amount with it. And of course, you know, showing on the desk here, that's the ultra low. Here's the difference on the desk from ultra low to low. A lot more light in low than medium and then high. So kind of out here, you can kind of see there's a lot going on, right? All right, now let's go into the red light modes. So let me turn it off. And now we're in, well, let's put it this way. This is the low mode. And then we're gonna boom it up to the high mode. And of course, red light is red light, and it's nothing but red light. But yeah, there's, again, low, high. So there is quite a bit of a difference there. Now, I don't see the need to make everybody kind of go crazy, but there's SOS. And of course, we have the beacon as well. And so let's get rid of that and go back to this. So let me kick my lights back on. So yeah, that is the HA23 headlamp. Pretty awesome. One more setting. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. I'm gonna put it at mid. No, we're gonna put it at low. Low, and kind of put it as a lantern. We're gonna see what that looks like. And of course I can change it, but there we go. It's a neat little lantern. I mean, it softens it around it, right? And so if you were in a tent and you were maybe playing cards or just around a small table with people, you could use the thing. And so like if I take this and brighten it up, even at its max, at 600, that's gonna eat real quick. But you know, you can obviously change it down to that low setting and it's not that bad. And of course, the more your eyes adjust, the better it's gonna be. All right, lights back on, woo! So yeah, that is Nitecore's HA23 headlamp, 29 bucks. That's one of my favorite features of this guy, is how awesome this headlamp is with the 4 LEDs, nice high powered LEDs, the red light modes, lots of capability of this guy, changing up the color temperature, the ability now, if you push both of these buttons down and you hold them for 2 seconds, 1, 2, flashes 3 times. Now I can't turn it on. So it's locked. And to unlock it again, you push both of them back in for 2 seconds, and then now we're back to good. So the nice thing is you can throw this in your backpack without the worry about it triggering accidentally and draining your battery in between night sessions. So that is Nitecore's HA23. Pretty awesome. Like I said, I've been using this actually for the last few months. It has kind of been my quick go-to grab headlamp. I typically have a Petzl that I've been using for a very, very, very long time. And I love that headlamp, but this thing is great. I love how bright it is. It is very simplistic. It's very packable. It's very portable. I have nothing but great things to say about it. So Nitecore, you're doing awesome things. I'm actually going to start looking at more of the headlamps that they offer because this one impressed me so much. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out the links where you can check out this headlamp. Obviously, I'll have a link directly to Nitecore's website where you can see this one, but also their whole allotment of headlamps. And of course, like I said, I will put a link to the lithium battery that they have as a separate purchase. Thank you for watching to the end. See you back here on Camp Geeks for another future video review. Hope to see you soon.